Good afternoon, Adur Worthing Council Services. Okay, and can I take the first line of your address?
We started taking Adur Worthing Services calls from the 21st of September 2009. In the last month we've taken 568 calls for Adur Worthing Council Services.
Was it just your refuse that hasn't been collected, or was it the recycling as well?
We have approximately 18 agents within the contact centre. The call centre actually takes calls for a number of different council services, starting with revenues and benefits, tourist information, planning, environmental health, housing services, and of course waste collection services.
That's fine. I'll put a missed collection through for you today. Because it's now after 12 o'clock, it will be collected at some point tomorrow. If you can put your bins out in the morning, we will try to get to that as quickly as possible. Is there anything else I can do for you? Okay, I'll put that through for you now. Thanks for your time. Bye now.
We use the Lagan CRM solution that the customers will get through first time every time. We have capacity within our contact centre to handle a large amount of calls. We can guarantee sort of calls being answered between 8 and 6, which is an extension of the operating hours. We see exactly the same information as the Orcs back office. We've worked very, very closely with the Orcs back office to ensure that we have sort of a seamless transition as such that the Lagan which we use is exactly the same as theirs. We also use e-forms now, which are newly introduced, which are exactly the same as the customer sees. So there is transparency across the board.
Is when somebody rings up, we're able to say to the customer, yes, we've got your case, we're dealing with it, it's such and such dealt with it, such and such, as soon as we can we get back to you.
We deal with people who are complaining that the refuse has been missed, or the recycling has been missed, or that they deal with dirty streets, where they've got a complaint about that. On a daily basis you're probably getting sort of 8 to 10 cases coming through.
If it's a case that I should be dealing with, they'll put it on Lagan and I will pick it up from that case there. Like at the moment I have one open that I haven't dealt with and it's for an assisted collection. But I haven't dealt with it because the residents asked me to call back later on.
Probably noticed more cases after bank holidays and things like that, because obviously it rolls over and people get confused with what the collection days are, and so we'll probably get
Works very well. We do about 150 bulky collections per month. Worthing area we do Monday, Wednesday and Friday. If they happen to live in the Ada area, we do collections on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Commercial waste officer. I deal with the businesses in Ada and Worthing and collections of their rubbish. We've got about 2,000 customers on our database at the moment, which is about, I think it's about 40% of the business in the area.
And as I say, they phone me up, I can do the paperwork, set up the date and the time that the collection can be done, and we go from there.
Clinical waste. It may be a new customer, or it may be an existing customer that we already have on our database. It's an existing customer that can ring for any number of reasons. They may not have had their bag collected or their box exchanged. We can have a look and see what the problem was, and then we would arrange to go back and do that for them.
I handle the larger refuse bins, larger recycling bins and assisted collection requests. Anybody can have additional or larger recycling bins. We're quite happy for every household to have as many as they need, providing it's for domestic waste. No payment, it's free of charge service. We'll get them a second bin or swap over.
Sometimes it may be where the residents have mistimed putting the bins out, because obviously we said everybody should be out from 6:30.
The good thing with the data we're gathering now, we're able to analyse the missed collections and actually identify whether it's actually a crew fault or actually a member of the public, whether they've not put the bin out early enough, or they're putting out side waste issues, contamination within recycling bins, etc. So we're able to analyse that. One, that obviously helps the crew numbers, because obviously we're not blaming crew all the time, but it's also able to go back to the customer and say, look, You know, can we help you? You've got a problem, you've got contamination, waste, do you understand about how we do recycling? You've got a side waste issue, can we provide you with better recycling facilities from another larger bin, for instance? And it enables us to go backwards and forwards with not only the crew but also the public. We actually then provide that service to actually reduce the problem with miscollections.
We do clearances from house clearances. For instance, if anybody's died and the relations come down to clear out the house or the bungalow, again we can send somebody out to give a quote. If a company or an individual person has got some private confidential papers that they don't know how to get rid of and they want them shredded, they can phone me up and I can give a quote over the phone for the removal of the confidential waste. When we collect it from the customer, it's locked in a secure place until the company come down and collect that from us.
Going to a contact centre environment has actually improved that service to the customer, because we will receive the call almost instantly and get back to the back office straight away. So it's almost real-time reporting as such. In the future we're looking to improve that even more so with the Bartek system coming in, but so far it's worked very well for us.
Before they might do one job and it could take them an hour, now it's probably taken them a half hour to do the same job because they're not constantly interrupted. I think the other benefit I'm finding is the fact that they're able to manage their crews better. In other words, if we have bulky waste calls, instead of having phone calls up and down and things, they're able to ring people out and be prepared to deal with that customer, so that the customer isn't, they're not on the phone longer than they need to be, etc. And all that type of, we're finding that we can manage their work better, far better.
Customers can get feedback. I mean, obviously we ask, because we're in a call centre environment, we also have customer satisfaction surveys that we have set up a lot of web lines for them to actually look at. There's a lot of information on our website, on the Orcs website as well, so customers have great opportunity to feedback to us, whether it be good or bad. Future is bright, I'd like to think. Obviously we're going with Orcs, that's being successful for us. We're looking at other operations between Adur and Worthing of how we can actually cement our business and continue the success.